It's been a bit of a shock. However much one tries to prepare oneself for something like this, it's still a dreadful shock, and we're still trying to come to terms with that. And it's very, very sad.
Prince Edward is often seen as the quieter member of the royal family. Unlike his older brothers, King Charles III and Prince Andrew, he doesn't frequently appear in the tabloids. However, his life, wealth, and royal duties tell an interesting story. Early life and education. Prince Edward was born on March 10, 1964 at Buckingham Palace. He is the youngest child of Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip. His birth was special because Prince Philip was present for this occasion, which was not the case for the births of his older siblings. A few months after he was born, on May 2, 1964, Edward was baptized in a private chapel at Windsor Castle. Like his siblings, Charles, Anne, and Andrew, he began his education at home with a governess, learning about royal life in the stately surroundings of Buckingham Palace. But in 1972, he left home to attend Heatherdown School, a prep school near Ascot, Berkshire. Edward later attended Gordonstoun School in northern Scotland, following his family's tradition. Here he was even named head boy during his final term. However, his A-level results were not impressive. He received a C in English and 2 D grades in history and politics. Afterward, Edward took a gap year to travel and gain experience. He worked as a house tutor and junior master at Wanganui Collegiate School in New Zealand. After his travels, he returned to the UK and enrolled at Jesus College, Cambridge. His acceptance into university surprised many because of his less than impressive exam results. But in 1986, he graduated with a Bachelor of Arts in History. He received a lower second-class honors degree, which he had to pass. The Queen's favorite son. Edward is often considered Queen Elizabeth's favorite child. He is the youngest, and there is a notable age gap between him and his siblings, which gives him a unique bond with his mother. By the time Edward was born, Queen Elizabeth had already become more comfortable in her role as queen, and openly showed more affection towards him. Body language expert Judy James suggested that Edward was the baby of the family whom the Queen could dote on without hesitation. Growing up as a royal brought many privileges. Edward's childhood was filled with special experiences and exciting moments. For instance, at just 5 years old, he met Neil Armstrong, the first man to walk on the moon. This meeting inspired Edward. He even told Armstrong he wanted to be an astronaut. In addition, his royal upbringing included horseback riding, which he began at the tender age of 2. Over the years, he also became interested in polo and car racing. Looking back, Edward recalled with fondness the family holidays they shared. Despite their busy lives, Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip created memorable vacations for the family. A royal salary. When Prince Edward started taking on royal duties in 1982, he began earning a royal salary which amounted to over $8.1 million. As his responsibilities increased, he gained more access to luxury and finer things in life, such as luxurious homes, extravagant vacations, and high-end fashion. As other senior royals stepped back from public roles due to health issues, Edward took on a more prominent position, offering a closer look at his luxurious lifestyle. A proposal. Worth the why. In early 1999, Prince Edward proposed to Sophie Rhys-Jones after a long relationship that had many curious about their engagement. Speaking to the BBC, Edward addressed the delay in their engagement by saying it was hard for anyone to understand why it took so long, but he felt it wasn't the right time. When he did propose, he did it in classic royal style. He purchased an engagement ring of white gold featuring 2.05 carats and 2 heart-shaped diamonds. This ring is considered the most expensive royal engagement ring ever, with an estimated value of $131,000, symbolizing their love remarkably. A wedding. Watched by millions. Edward and Sophie's wedding occurred at St. George's Chapel in Windsor Castle and became a global event. It was televised for an audience of approximately 200 million. The ceremony combined elegance and grandness. Sophie wore a custom silk dress embellished with 325,000 crystals and pearls, finished off with the Anthemian tiara that belonged to Queen Elizabeth II. The wedding venue has since gained fame as the same place where Prince Harry and Meghan Markle exchanged vows. It held a special significance, being a festive gift from King Charles. Birthday gift and title. Prince Edward is 16 years younger than his brother, King Charles III. On his 59th birthday in 2023, he received a gift that was more than just sentimental. It was a title with great significance to the family. King Charles granted Edward the title that once belonged to their father, Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh. This gift honored their late father and marked an important moment in Edward's life. With this title, Edward embraced more responsibilities and had the opportunity to carry on his father's legacy meaningfully. The man today. Today, Prince Edward continues to fulfill royal duties, representing the royal family at various events and engagements. He works closely with several charities and organizations, showing his commitment to public service. Though he may not be in the spotlight like some royals, his contributions are significant and valued within the royal family. Prince Edward's life might appear quiet, but his journey is filled with rich experiences and responsibilities. His early years shaped who he is today, and he carries the legacy of royal life with grace and duty. While he may not have the same media attention as some of his family, his place in the royal family is undoubtedly important and meaningful. If you want to learn more about inspiring stories and personal journeys, subscribe now.